Hello everyone, it's DA here. Hope you guys are doing great. Hope you are doing fantastic. Hope you're doing incredible today. Today we're going to be talking about features and things that you can expect in Anthem 2.0. And I'm going to be giving you guys some breakdown as well as some concepts that they revealed to us a couple of months back. And we're definitely or probably going to see this concept in Anthem 2.0 or the second version of Anthem. If you guys remember, earlier this year I made a video where I spoke to one of the concept designers for Anthem. The discussion was about his design not being used in the game. We talked about majority of his concepts, which were probably scrapped because the studio was in a crunch for time and they were trying to meet that February deadline. One thing that I held on to though that he said was that if they ever revisit these concepts, it would be later on down the line, and later on down the line was probably like a year or 2 years later. And of course, we know that bioware still owns and still holds on to this concept because they know that it is valuable. So that is why we're discussing this. A lot of us already know that the game is getting redesigned. We know that it's getting rebuilt from the ground up, from its core, and all these concepts could finally come to life. We all talked about how the game would have looked and felt better if it was done that way. So what are the first things that you can expect in this redesign of Anthem? Number one is going to be the UI itself, the user interface. It will become more refined to capture the look of a new beginning. It will feel more like a 2019-2020 game instead of what we have right now that almost mimics something from 2014-2015. And I think this interface right here is definitely going to be the winner unless they get something better. It will become much cleaner, precise. You can even say it will become much crispier than what we have right now. And this will also lead to a possible change to the way the world is right now. Maybe the world will get more detail and become much denser and feel a little bit much closer to what we have in the E3 trailer, which a lot of us know that's not what we got in the game. Another change that was also confirmed, and we could also see the impact of it coming from this concept, is going to be the way missions, bounties, quests, and stories work in the game. This will also include things such as actual numbers for health, armor, shields, and various stats. In these concepts that we have right here, we have those stats and their numbers on those concepts, but in the current build of the game, those things don't exist. So instead of players having to calculate those numbers by themselves, an actual stat sheet showing everything that you have on will be quite phenomenal. And that will change the way players actually make builds and approach gameplay because you know what you're getting into. Now you're looking at enemy scaling, enemy levels, which will probably improve as well. Another thing that we can expect is that the world will become larger. The Frostbite engine, we already know it cannot handle open world space. So they hinted at splitting the world into several zones, and once they split them into several zones, they would probably expand those other zones as well. So we could definitely start seeing some of those other places that we read about in the lore of the game. So this is a positive. Instead of a large continuous open world, it might be a semi-open world, which is not bad. Another possibility is going to be that we will be getting new javelins in the game. Now, I know some people may say that is not possible, but whenever you're trying to entice and bring in new players, a lot of times you want to bring in a new character, a new model, and I think that is probably going to happen. We could see the addition of 2 or even 3 new javelins come to the game. EA already released several concepts from bioware showing what they have designed and things that they have in mind as far as the future of javelins. And even bioware talked about it, like, you know what, if we're gonna release a javelin, we're probably gonna release one maybe a year later or 2 years later. So in Anthem 2.0, we're definitely going to get a new javelin added to the game. The biggest addition of all will also probably going to be the pilot system, customization, and a third-person camera. Now, I know some people may get mad at me for saying this, but let's break these things down. We saw how Mass Effect Andromeda went when it comes to the third-person camera, and we know the type of problem that Anthem had to go through during development. There is no reason why we were prompted to create a look or a face for a character, but we never saw the face of that character throughout the entire game. And I think that is something that they couldn't do because they were in a crunch for time. We were supposed to have a third-person character run around Fort Tarsis instead of a first-person view. Now, a lot of people may argue this, but I think that is what is going on. So the concepts of the game already showed it, that we have a third-person character. And for us not to even see that character or make use of it, yeah, I think they're going to do that. They're going to give us an actual character model with a third-person camera view, and of course we will get a lot of that customization and system. A lot of you, if you even played the alpha version of Anthem, you would notice that there was a pilot leveling system that was separate from the Javelin and the Forge, and we even had situations where we were able to glitch into different options that were no longer there. So we could see that pilot customization and progression system come into the game in addition to that third-person camera. We could also see the return of the personal strider, which was another item that we glitched into in the earlier stages of Anthem. So these are things that we could actually see return. Finally, I will say they will probably make adjustments to the economy system. And the reason why I say that they will make adjustment to the economy system is going to be because they are reworking all the mission system as well. If they're reworking the way missions and bounties work, then you know that they're going to be reworking the way the rewards for those things work as well. We could actually get coin in a much larger number now. Anyways, let me know what you guys think about it down below in the comment section. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.